Coming up on New Things, New Tech, the custom microphone stand that I build for day-to-day use. Sound is the most important piece of any video with dialogue. So in this segment, I'm going to also touch on some basic microphones and stand options before showing you this mic stand that I built. Your video needs to be top-notch too, but good audio alone in a talking head show like this just wouldn't make it. So if you're doing a podcast or on a daily conference call where visuals are not as important, then you'd better have some pretty damn good audio. Most people I chat with on a daily basis use crappy headphone microphones, their cell phones, some cheap conference phone, or other cheap mic system, and often make it difficult to understand them. Think about when you listen to your favorite podcast or radio station. Do you want your sound to sound like this?
Live today at noon, we interview a woman with 3 buttocks.
Or like this. Live today at noon, we interview a woman with 3 buttocks. I hope the second take sounded much better. If not, you're just plain weird. So when it comes to mics, you have a plethora of choices. You could have a dynamic, condenser, lav, cheap, expensive. Holy crap, why expensive? But you don't have to break the bank just to get a mic that gives decent audio. There are plenty of low-cost mics that work really well. A decent quality lav mic, like the one I have here for example, is one good way to get good clean audio. It's a relatively cheap lapel mic that seems to have pretty fair audio. This is an XLR Movo LV4 omnidirectional and phantom powered mic. It's about $40 on Amazon. And there's a link in the notes below if you're interested in trying out one. For dynamic mics, an industry standard like an SM580 dynamic Shure microphone is a great vocal microphone and probably one of the most popular used mics in the world. You can beat the crap out of an SM58 and it still delivers some decent sound. Condenser mics like this are great for radio DJs, podcasters, and my choice for day-to-day use on calls and chatting and more. Oh, and if you want one of those oh my god mics, try out the Sony C800 at just under $10,000. These few mics that I've been talking about have one thing in common. They are balanced microphones. And these two here are actually phantom powered mics. I'm not going to get too much into mics, quality and specific recommendations in this video. But I do recommend that you always try to use a balanced microphone and a phantom power mic where possible. You'll find overall you'll get better sound in the long run. Unbalanced mics are typically a 2-conductor microphone, whereas balanced mics like these are 3 conductors. Don't be fooled by some microphones like this TONOR mic, this cheap mic here, that actually comes with a 3-wire connection. That extra wire there is just to provide power for the mic and not a balanced signal per se. We had 2 different BM700 TONOR mics bought at different times. Both the same model, but the internal circuit differed quite a bit. This one is properly set up for phantom power and delivers decent sound dynamics. The other one we had was advertised as a phantom, but we found it wasn't really a true 48-volt power phantom microphone. I found that when using the provided XLR to TRS cable and hooking up to my old Sony camera, it worked great. The reason for that is that Sony can actually power some microphones that require between 2 and 10 volts over the TRS cable provided. Really, it's a matter of preference and what you like. Every sound engineer on the planet is going to have a different opinion as to what microphone is best. Basically, when buying cheap microphones like these, always test with different settings to ensure that they deliver the kind of sound you want and that they are powered correctly. I use a condenser microphone on a daily basis for meetings, recording, and for my computer and just for general use. This mic is part of the Scarlett 2i2 interface, which comes with a low-cost mic, decent headphones, and a fantastic interface. I recommend that you always use an interface that works with standard mics rather than USB-only mics. With a USB-only mic, you're going to be limited to computers and a few special devices that can actually use USB. With a standard XLR, phono, or mini phono mic, you'll be able to use it with more devices. This particular interface will take any XLR mic, phono, or mini phono with an adapter and provide phantom power when needed. The main topic of this video is really about mic stands. Let me know if you'd like to see more in-depth coverage and explanation for mics, and I can add future videos to cover those topics. So I needed a low-profile mic stand that wouldn't be in the way all the time, and something I could easily move out of the way. It also needed to be heavy enough to support the mic that I wanted to put on it. Some different options for daily use mic stands are a scissor boom mic arm, which is very popular for many podcasters, DJs, and more. A straight stand and arm, Simple bolt mounted on a board. One of the many desktop stands available is also another option, or my custom stand that I have here. This stand I built cost about 12 bucks and is very heavy and durable. At Lowe's, I found these black 6-inch cast iron drain covers for about 10 bucks, and then added in a 3/8-inch thread by 4.5-inch long carriage bolt with 2 nuts on it, a piece of 1/2-inch PVC riser pipe, some Gorilla Glue, and an old mouse pad.
Build sequence.
Get ready.
Here we go. 7.
Rough cut the mouse pad on a circle to fit on the bottom of the stand. Make a hole in the center of the mouse pad for the bolt.
6.
Use a grinder or sander to round out the mouse pad, checking as you go that it looks good and fits the drain plug.
5.
Next, glue the mouse pad onto the base.
4.
The holes on the drain are large enough for the bolt. The carriage bolts have a square upper base that needs to be rounded out and sanded down with a grinder. Now I could have drilled out the hole on the drain plug. Either way works, but it's much harder to actually drill this than it is to actually grind down the bolt.
3.
Once the bolt's ready, insert into the drain plug and lock down with one of the nuts. Put on the second nut about 1/2 inch down.
2.
Cut your PVC tubing down to 4 inches. Slide the PVC tubing down over the bolts. The PVC pipe will be snug as the bolts are just large enough to fit in the PVC tube.
1.
If your mic clip holder or shock mount doesn't have a 3/8-inch mount, add the adapter that comes with many mic mounts to adapt it to 5/8 inch. Screw your mic on. Once that's all set up, you can set up your mic and you are ready to go.
Game over.
And that's it. A good, cheap, sturdy mic stand that works for most of my daily needs. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm Scott Drudge for New Things, New Tech on Drudge TV. Check out some of our other great videos and channels from Drudge TV. Subscribe and leave comments below.